William Hutchison, Armenia Colombia Realty for Expats, and Salento Colombia Realty. I want to get this video out today on weather because I mentioned it in a few of my videos. I've just kind of brushed over it. And today I want to give you some more in-depth information about it here, the climate, and what you can expect when you come here, either for a look or permanently. I think weather would probably be, well, let's say number 3 in your considerations. I would guess for most of us our age, health insurance premiums and the system, the quality of it would be foremost. Then I suppose cost of living, and maybe in third place comes weather. Here in Armenia, there's a climate that's within a degree or two. It's 80 every day, 60 every night. No heating bills, no electric bills. And when I see some of the bills, some of the totals that are coming in from North America, it's mind-boggling. I did a video a while back. I think the lady's, I think it was her electric bill was $696 for a month, $696 US. That does me about 18 months here for my electric bill. So there's no big bump during the summer months because you're running air conditioning. You don't need air conditioning here. There's no humidity. And at high 70s, maybe 80 or 81, that's the limit. Then at night, it's perfect for sleeping. It's down to 60. The one thing I want to mention that is not evident because it's just not spoken about is there's about 5 microclimates here in the city. When you're at the airport, I think the elevation out there is maybe 1,400 meters. But then as you approach the city, come through it, and come into the north end of town where I live, I think the difference, it would be higher here by maybe about 150 meters. I know when I go to the airport, it's a long downhill drive. I mean, there is the odd incidence of where you go up a little. I don't even think it's a hill. It's almost like a bump. But I don't use a lot of gas coming or going to the airport. Now coming back, it's all gas. So that tells me that it's a long downhill drive. I don't think that you notice it much if you're a passenger, but you certainly do if you're driving the car. So when it's at the airport about 85, and it is out there most days, everyone out there has a pool. By the way, it's the best barrio in the whole department being similar to a state or a province in all of Quindío. It's where the expensive homes are and the people that can afford them live. So it's about 85 out there. As you approach town, it's maybe a couple of degrees less. And then in the center of town, it'll be maybe 81. You come to where I am, and it's, as I say, 78 to 80. If you want it a little bit cooler, you can go a couple of kilometers north of town. Actually, part of this little town, Circassia, is under Armenia. It'll be maybe 77, 78. If you want it very cool, you're going to have to go to Salento, probably 50 meters higher than Circassia and the north part of Armenia, where most days it's 72, 3, 4. So you have a real choice. You can really fine tune where you want to live based on the climate that you want to live in. Colombia is great for that. I mean, you can go from a place like Santa Marta, Cartagena, Barranquilla, where every day it's into the 90s with very high humidity, not my style anymore, to maybe a place like Manizales that's at a very high elevation. Probably the highest it gets is into the low 70s every day. I remember reading an article. Bogota is quite high. I don't know what the elevation is anymore, but I think I read an article that says that the highest recorded temperature in Bogota since they've been keeping records during the day is 82 degrees. and that's a city that's pretty close to the equator, but it's the height that moderates the heat that you would normally feel if you weren't at that height. So that's the recap of the weather. It's really something to look at. I've described it as perfect. I have also described it as boring, as a bit of a, I don't want to say a joke, but, excuse me, but, you know, when you have it the same every day, the only variable is the rain. And I'd say we're in the rainy season right now. I'd say 70% of the rain is at night. I call it music to sleep by. So that's it for today. A little recap of the weather. If you have any questions about it, get a hold of me, please. If you find the channel of interest, it helps get the information out to other people if you either subscribe or like. You can do that by clicking on the round photo. Have a great day. I live in paradise, and you can too.